Kia ora and welcome to the Mitre 10 Cup recap show. I'm JP Tocker and this week Scott Waldrom with me. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. What a weekend.
It was, wasn't it? You know, we've got a couple of close ones and then we've got a couple of absolute blowouts.
Yeah, definitely. I think these are 2 games a week. I've said it in the previous weeks, they're just really affecting. There's been some tough weeks for some teams. This week particularly, Manawatu, struggling with that, but the teams that are really pushing for contention for trophies are starting to do that.
Yeah, we're starting to get towards the back end of the season, so it's going to really take its toll. If we have a look at Game 1, Tasman beat Manawatu 29 points to 19. James Spowett showed some absolute class and some out-and-out speed to score the first try.
Yeah, absolutely. Manawatu, you know, they played good in patches, but unfortunately just really struggling to finish a game off. And a couple of pretty easy breaks from Tasman was the difference, I thought. But you know, Tasman are definitely a contender and showed why they're one of the top teams. You know, but that's a great individual try, nice step, and just paced away, didn't he?
Yeah, as you said just before, Manawatu, we were talking just before we met up, that just leaking at critical times and not showing the ability to finish. If we Game 2, there's Northland beat Southland 26 points to 10. Murray Douglas sort of starting to look like Broder Italic, but there's another fellow who I think's looking a lot like Broder Italic. But mate, the Taniwha, they are coming up the ladder and they're looking like real contenders in the championship round. Yeah,
absolutely. And people are starting to say, you know, are they contenders now? And certainly you think them and Waikato are the 2 lead runners. Obviously Hawke's Bay have had their moments as well, so you know it's certainly going to be a tough one and no easy beat. But I mean, the way Waikato's playing, I think the Taniwhas have got a big job ahead of them if they wanted to come away champions, that's for sure. Yeah,
it's looking pretty heavy at the top of the championship round. Game 3 of the weekend was Waikato beating Bapuni 54 points to 21, and this for me was the big blowout. And it was the guy James Tocker, who I think is the Broder Italic replica. Just showing some great speed, linked up and did his job well around the paddock.
Yeah, he was outstanding, you know, and he made about 3 or 4 breaks and he was there just doing everything and certainly deserves some Dwayne Monkley points. You know, this is normally a tough one, you know, the Counties Country Cup up for grabs, but just Waikato, just ever since those first couple of losses, that Wellington game have just been outstanding and scored some great tries. They're dangerous all over the park, so you know, they're certainly wanting to get back in that premiership, that's for sure.
Yeah, James Tocker, no relation to myself, spelt differently, but he is showing some good speed. But just a couple of things, showing some great leadership around the paddock too, and we're just seeing him here get involved, and they just seem to have quite a lot of depth in Waikato side.
Yeah, they do, and they seem to just back the guys to make the break, a couple of guys to get there and clean out, and then they kept their width and they're getting into their danger out wide. You know, it's guys like Sevu Reese who are just dotting down every week.
He's an absolute talent, isn't he?
Yeah.
Game 4, North Harbour, they put 51 points on Hawke's Bay, which was another blowout, but the feature of this game was James Parsons' 100th game, scores a double, and then he smacks one over from the sideline to finish.
Yeah, it's not often you get a guy having give a proper shot at goal, but you know, they're playing really well, and you know, North Harbour is certainly, ever since they've sort of come up from that premiership into from the championship into the premiership, you know, they've really, you know, deserved that place and been consistently good each week. So yeah, you can't beat a good forward rumble up the middle, and you know, hookers love that. There's no way you're going to get that ball off the hooker at the back of a driving maul, that's for sure. So you know, congratulations, James. It's a great milestone to reach, and to cap it off with a double and a great win, and you know, that's huge for Harbour.
Rolling on to Game 5, 47 points to 25. Canterbury giving Otago a bit of a hiding, really, you could say. At times champagne rugby, but look, Otago really struggling this season.
Yeah, they'll be really upset, I think. You know, you look at 2 of those Canterbury tries, both this one as well. You know, off Otago line-out mistakes. So you know, if they managed to hold on to that ball, you know, there's 14 points that they could have retained, and you know, might have been a little bit closer. But you know, just little mistakes, Canterbury are going to punish you for it, and they're good all over the park. And the best thing they keep doing as well is they keep sucking teams in with their forwards, and then they just spread it wide and guys are just strolling over the try line. So they've got something good going there, and teams are going to have to work out how to shut that down.
Right, game of the round, Game 6, Auckland Taranaki. Look, effectively for me is a bit of a top of the table clash. Auckland victors 31 points to 30. Look, Celeste Rayasi, he's showing, I think, not form, but what he can do on the field. And look, we've both got a bit of a Taranaki connection, so I was sort of hoping to get up here, but Auckland are looking like possibly one of the teams to beat.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Taranaki played a lot better this week. They certainly got stuck into a bit more, but again, they just let Auckland get a massive head start, and then sort of chase them back towards the end. And Riase was good, but for me, Akira Ioane was the difference. Like his speed off the back of the scrums just put Taranaki in all sorts on defence. And we've talked about in previous weeks that the Auckland back three is just packed full of talent, and you can't give them space. So Auckland is certainly a new team at the moment and this season and doing outstanding.
You have to say that new coaching combination with Filotete Alama and of course old Ted.
Yeah, Graham Henry.
Something's going well there, isn't it?
Dream team at the moment, and
sure
the results are showing.
All right, game 7, Tasman, and they just edged out Counties, and which, for me, the Mako, they're looking pretty sharp this year, but Counties have been no easy beats.
No, absolutely. They start off a bit sluggish, but they're starting to pick it up. And this game, Tasman getting out to a 21-0 lead. You thought it was all done and dusted, but Counties, they clawed their way back and they had an opportunity to draw it, and unfortunately missed the kick. And it was a great turnover at the end from Tasman. They won them the game in the end. But Will Jordan was outstanding. He made so many breaks in this game, and he's lightning quick.
Yeah,
and it's dangerous in that midfield. But Big White Crockett getting a try. It's you've got to do one representing the old fellas out there, eh?
Yeah, isn't it cool, eh? Going back to his region, scoring some tries and leading from the front for Tasman. Game 8, Wellington giving Manawatu a little bit of a hiding. Can you take much out of this game?
Yeah, tough. I mean, I went up there, took the family out to watch the little brother was finally getting the start, and Wellington played well. They really took it. They carried hard, and then they just spread it wide to their backs. I mean, when you got Ben Lamb and Wes Hooson, these guys are outstanding players. But Manawatu, I reckon, just feeling the effects 4 days after that game against the Marcos. So they did look sluggish, and they'll just want to have a break and get back into it. But unfortunately, I think they're back into it Thursday or something. They've got another short turnaround. So it's looking like a tough end to the season for Manawatu.
What are your thoughts on Wellington Lions' chances this year of taking out a title?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the potential, there's certainly, the back line is stacked. They've got some great players there, they've got threats all over, but they're really going to have to nail the basics and cut down the mistakes. And unfortunately, Garden Basham might have to get a few more kicks in those closer games. So I think two.
I was surprised they didn't hand over the kicking duties to someone.
I think even Thomas might have put his hand up to bang over a few. So Wellington definitely potential, but just need to tidy up on a few things. It's going to be a big 3 weeks for them too. So they got Auckland, Taranaki, and Tasman to go. So there's some massive games coming up.
Yeah, they have used the whole squad well. They've rotated well so far, but as you say, these next 3 weeks are going to be absolutely key for them.
Yeah.
Right, round 7 coming up. Scott is going to make some picks for us, so get your pen and paper ready and start writing these ones down, mate. How'd you go last week?
First 2 weeks were good. We're a bit up and down in the third, but we'll see how we go this one, eh?
Mate, Hawke's Bay, Northland. This will be interesting. Now, this is at McLean Park, so any home field advantage for Hawke's Bay, or will this be all Northland?
Yeah, Hawke's Bay play pretty well. Hawke's Bay's still a really good team. They've got some great players, and a few driving mauls get back into their game, and they should go right. I reckon it's going to be close, but I think the Taniwha are just on a bit of a roll at the moment, so I'm going to back Northland to get up for this one.
Look, the Bapalini Manawatu, it's at Rotorua Stadium. Look, Bapalini come off a bit of a hiding last week, but mate, you would have to back them?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bapalini at home in this one. Manawatu, I think there's a lot of games in the short turnarounds, and they were looking really tired. They arrested some players, so Kiri will come back in, and that'll make a difference for them, but a few too many injuries, I think, so I think Bapalini will get one back. Yeah,
Clayton McMillan, he's a smart operator. He'll have something up his sleeve for this week. Auckland Otago, this is generally a traditional fixture for the Gordon Hunter Memorial Trophy. It's at Eden Park though. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think Auckland just on a roll, mate. I think they'll be a little bit disappointed that they let Taranaki get close there at the end, but so they're going to come back with a bit of vengeance. And Otago just, they're playing all right, but just not up to Auckland standards at the moment.
Waikato playing Southland. Look, I've got a couple of rallies in the Southland team. I'd love to see them get up, but hard to see in it.
There's you got to feel sorry for Southland. They're working hard and they're trying, and they're looking better in good patches, but. They just keep coming up against some good teams, and Waikato just on a roll at home for the Shield. that thing ain't leaving Waikato Stadium, mate. It stayed there. So
Mate, there is a Shield winner, Jackson Norman. He's in that Southland side. He knows how to win Shield, so you never know. Taranaki, North Harbour. This is at Yarrow Stadium. I'm going to be at this game on Saturday. I reckon it's going to be a cracker.
I think so too, and I think if Taranaki can play like they did this week, and if Tamani Valu can really get a hold of that ball, he's the difference. If he's playing well, Taranaki are playing well. So if they can do that, I think Taranaki might just actually roll over on North Harbour on this one. So I'm going to go with the Bulls at home, mate.
You've got to support the former side, mate. Wellington playing the Mako at Westpac Trust Stadium. This could be tight, I reckon.
It is. Oh, this is definitely going to be a tough one. And to be fair, I'm struggling who I'm going to pick on this one. You know, Wellington, good win on the weekend. Tasman, another. You know, they've played well and had 2 good wins over the weekend as the weeks around. So again, I'm going to go for the home side. I just think Wellington might just do this. I think a little bit of confidence, but there's certainly going to be a close one.
Yeah, hawkesbury weather plays or doesn't play a part in that game, I should say, because both sides have got some good backlines. Look, Canterbury and Hawke's Bay. This is down south. It's an afternoon fixture.
Yeah, and Canterbury at home in the sun are playing pretty well at the moment. Hawke's Bay doing all right, okay, but again, I think it's the same as some of these other games where the premiership teams, you know, are just a little bit ahead of the championship teams in terms of quality and the way they're playing, and Canterbury are just on a roll as well. You know, they're too good. So
they're building out though.
They are. Canterbury are gonna, you'd think, would take this one.
And look, Counties versus Northern. This one is at Counties' home ground, but Northern, they've been on form this year.
They have been. Double week for Northland, and Counties, you know, they played bloody well in that second half against Tasman. They got a nice big break to recover. So I'm going to back Counties to take this one. So, Jesus, we picked everyone at home. Or,
we didn't look at the TAB, but I think we've got a good spread across the game. So,
yeah.
Hey, Scotty, thank you very much for helping us out today. Tune in next week, and you can get on social media and give Scotty a hard time if the picks don't come to fruition.
Which are probably likely.
Yeah, highly likely. Thank you very much for tuning in. Cheers.